Hey guys, welcome back. So I told you guys in my get ready with me video, which I don't know, I might post this one first actually. I wanted to film a video on what I am doing right now, like during this time of being self-quarantined or like the social distancing, like what I'm doing right now during this uncertain time that we're living in, like how I'm handling it mentally. And I wanted to share some things that maybe might help you if you're struggling during this time to stay positive and to not be, filled with anxiety and worry. Like, I totally understand if you've been feeling a lot of anxiety and a lot of worry. I know, and if you guys have followed my channel for a while, there has been several different times in my life like where I have struggled with depression and with anxiety. Before I started my YouTube channel, like after I graduated high school in my early 20s, I struggled with depression and I had to be, put on some antidepressants and sorry, I feel like cars are really loud outside. And had to, go to a therapist and stuff like that. And I journaled and I feel like eventually I was able to come out of my depression. And then a couple of years ago, I was having trouble with anxiety. And I know that you guys, if you've been following me since then, like back in 2000, I think it was like 2016 or 2017, I was really struggling. I'm not for sure what was happening to me back in 2016 or 17. I think it was just, I didn't have a good relationship with God anymore. And I feel like I was letting things just pile up and really get to me. And I don't know, I felt like over these past several years since then, I have, been developing my relationship with God, and it has really, He has helped me so much with my anxiety. I don't have anxiety anymore. If I ever feel like I'm getting anxious, I just go to Him in prayer and tell God how I'm feeling, and He just takes all the anxiety away. But I wanted to go over some things that are helping me right now to get through this time. And there are things that you can put into practice and maybe help you if you're struggling right now with being, social distancing from people. And maybe if you're not currently working or you're working from home and so you're not getting a lot of interaction with other people. Like, I'm so blessed right now to still be working. Like, where I work, it's considered an essential business. So I'm still going to work during the week, even though we are social distancing at work. And I still talk to the people that I work with, but I feel like I haven't been as much as I normally would with this social distancing. But I just wanted to take some time to share what are some things I'm doing. I made a little list on my phone, like this morning whenever I was walking on the treadmill, these thoughts just came to me and I wanted to share this stuff with you guys. So, my first thing that has just really helped me during this time is, like I told you guys a second ago, just sharing and giving my worries to the Lord. I know not everyone is a Christian, but I just find if I'm having a moment, just going to God in prayer and just telling Him how I'm currently feeling, what I'm feeling stressed about, and then just give it to Him, just have faith that He's with me and is going to help me through those feelings. So that just helps me so much. So however you deal with that, I feel like, just being able to get that out, even if you were to journal your feelings down, I feel like that will help to get some of that burden and worry off of your chest. And just know that you're not alone right now. We're all in this together. So if you are feeling a little bit anxious or a little bit worried, we all are feeling that way. Like, even I feel like that, but like I said, I just give it to God and then I don't worry about it anymore. It's normal to have those feelings. Then the next thing that I do is, and I think this really helps, is to read something uplifting, whether that be, like, for me, I read, the Bible, and I read like different devotionals that help to uplift me. And I have a highlight on my stories on Instagram. I'll try to link it down below, that has all my favorite scriptures. And those really help me whenever I'm struggling to just read those. They're very uplifting. So, like an uplifting book that you might have that you can read, just like positive quotes and sayings, like those really help as well to like just help you to think more positive. And also just like listening to music that uplifts you and puts you in a good mood and makes you happy. Like, there's just something about that. Like, it just really helps right now. So if you're struggling, put on some good music that makes you feel good and makes you feel uplifted. I think that really helps, and it helps to put me in a good mood anyway. Also for me, like, taking time for prayer and meditation every day. It kind of goes back to like the first one about sharing my worries to God. Just like sitting down and just taking a moment to just focus on the good things and the blessings that you have in your life. Like, focus on those, focus on the things you're grateful for. Like, maybe have a gratitude journal where you write it down. But I literally just think of all the things I'm grateful for in my mind and thank God for those, and just focus on that. Focus on His goodness and all the ways that He has been good to me and my family. And, I just pray for also all the other people around me, all my family, my friends, my coworkers. Like, I just pray for everybody, and that just helps to like get me out of that negative thinking. So I think that really helps me right now. And then also too, it's like, I talked about this in my Get Ready With Me, but like, I guess it's been almost 5 years ago now. I went through a divorce, and I guess about 6 years ago it was. Yeah, I think 6 years ago, my dad was in a very bad accident where he was hit by a car as he was walking across the street, and he almost died, and it was a very rough time. So those 2 times in my life, I mean, obviously my dad didn't die, so I didn't go through grieving in that sense, but it was a very scary time. And also, going through my divorce, it was like going through a grief process. And I feel like right now in this situation, like, it's like we're going through a grieving process. Like, we're not able to maybe do some of the things that we had planned to do. Like, people that had plans to go on spring break or certain trips, or, getting out and doing things that you normally do in the spring. We can't do those right now because we're staying inside. We're being self-quarantine, self-distancing. Can't really travel or do anything like that. So it's really like we're grieving the fact that we can't do those things. And I think it's very normal to, be upset. Allow yourself to be upset and cry. I think it's okay to have negative feelings. And it's okay to like go through all those steps of grieving. Like, you have to go through that. And I feel like me going through my divorce and my dad's really bad accident, it's like you learn that you have to let go of the things that you cannot control and control the things that you can. So, like, during this time, don't dwell on the things that, like, oh man, I really wanted to go on that trip and this sucks. And, you just get in this whole negative way of thinking, like, this is never going to end. Like, things are horrible. And, you're just dwelling on that, and you're just getting more upset that you can't change the situation. So instead of doing that, like, focus on the things that you do have control over. And for me, like, one of the things that I have done to help to give me like a sense of control in all this, and I think it's good to set goals during this time, whether that be like fitness goals, or maybe, you know, like goals to try something new, or maybe like reading goals if you have like a bunch of books that you've wanted to read but you haven't had the time to read them. Like, I feel like this is the perfect time to set goals for yourself. So right now for me, if you've been following me on Instagram, you already know this goal, but I have set a goal to hit 10,000 steps in the morning before I go to work, and then on 2 of my breaks at work, also go for a walk. Like, anytime I can walk, I'm walking. Like, I'm very blessed to have a treadmill at home. It's a very old treadmill and it doesn't go super fast, but it still is a treadmill. It still works. And I'm just so blessed to have that. So that is my goal, to hit at least 10,000 steps every day. And it's definitely, you know, something I have to work towards. It takes like an hour and 40 minutes or an hour and 50 minutes to hit that. So, you know, that's one of my goals. Also, I've been able to stay like with my weightlifting goals, because I have, you know, some weights and stuff in my gym. So, you know, maybe you're upset right now because you can't go to the gym and you don't have at-home equipment like that to work out, but you can still set other goals for yourself. Like, maybe set a goal to do a certain amount of push-ups every day, or a certain amount of burpees or squats, or there's so many body weight exercises that you can do. And I feel like there's so many online like programs right now for at home like fitness without like equipment. And I wanted to do a little plug for my online fitness coach. If you are looking for someone, like the girl that writes all my fitness things, she's been doing an Instagram live stream on certain days of the week. I'll link her Instagram down below so you can go follow that, because she posts when she's going to do those. But they're free classes that you don't need any weights, and you just do the exercises with her. So maybe if you're at home and you need some motivation, I think that's like a great thing to do. There's tons of other like YouTube or Instagrammers or even YouTubers out there that have posted videos on, you know, how to do at-home workouts without equipment. So there's tons of resources out there. Like, you know, you just have to kind of think outside the box during this time, and maybe think differently than you have in the past before all this happened. You know, sometimes we limit ourselves with the way that we think, thinking like, oh, we can't do this or we can't do that, but really there's a way to do it. It just might not be the way you had thought. So I think that's, you know, something good to do, is to set goals, or also just do things that you have wanted to do but haven't been able to do yet. Like things, you know, obviously that you could do at home. Like maybe if you've wanted to learn how to knit or crochet or whatever, and you haven't had the time to do it, it's the perfect time now. Or maybe if there's an at-home project that you've wanted to do, just whatever it might be, this is the perfect time to do that, and you have complete control over that. So, you know, that is one of the things that you have control over. And also your attitude. Now, I know, like I said, this is like you're going through a grieving process. So there's going to be some days where you don't really feel happy or grateful even. But there's the saying, and I know I've talked about it before, but it's like, not every day is good, but there's something good in every day. So if you can just focus on that one good thing that you have in your day, I think it would just really help. And there's a lot of positive, you know, quotes and scripture verses that I look to in times when I need to have my attitude adjusted. I saw this thing on Instagram the other day, and I can't remember exactly. It's like, I know I'm going to screw it up, but I like saved the post, and it says sanitize your attitude as well. So make sure you're sanitizing your attitude to be positive. And there's just a lot of quotes, like I said, that I look to. I wanted to read a few of them. They also helped me whenever I was going through my divorce. Let me see. And I've posted them on my Instagram stories recently. So if you've been up to date on my Instagram stories, you've probably already read these. But this is one of the ones that like really sat with me, like whenever I was going through my divorce. But it says, it's not what happened to you, but how you react to it that matters. And Epictetus said that. And it's so true. Like, you don't always have control about what happens to you in life. A lot of times you don't have control over that. But the only thing that you do have control over is how you respond to it. Like, are you gonna be bitter and mad and negative about it, or are you going to try to look at the positives and, you know, the things that you can control and do? So that's a really good one. I know that this other one, it kind of applies to like a person, but I feel like it also applies to situations. But it goes like it. This is the saying: holding onto anger is like grasping a hot coal with the intent of throwing it at someone else. You are the one who gets burned. And that's from Buddha. But it's so true. You know, it's like sometimes it's like we could be angry at this situation, but like it's not affecting the situation. Like, you know, you're only hurting yourself by being angry and being worried or full of anxiety, because that just messes with your health. You know, it's not hurting the situation if you're angry. So yeah, there is another quote too. It says something about anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. Like, you can't, like, anger only hurts you. It doesn't hurt the other person. So I don't know. I just wanted to share some of those things. So it's like, you need to just get your attitude in check. And yeah, so this just really spoke to me the other day. It says, all your worries and fears can be brought to the Lord in prayer. You can let go and let God so that your life is not burdened. And that is so true. Also, this other scripture, it says, who of you by worrying can add a single hour to his life? And that's Matthew 6:27. That chapter of Matthew, chapter 6, is a really good one for worry. So yeah, I just feel like those were like the main things that I wanted to share with you guys. And I hope that maybe this has helped to bring you out of some of those negative thinking patterns that you might be in. You know, put on some good music, like read some good quotes, like just surround yourself, you know, with positivity, and have a gratitude journal. Write what you're grateful for. And I think it's also okay too to like journal and also put what you're upset about, like why you might be angry or anxious or whatever the case may be. I think those are definitely legitimate feelings to have, and it's normal to feel that way. So I just wanted to put this video out there to let you guys know that you are not alone. And I just wanted to motivate you guys to just be more positive and not be so worried in this time. I know that I have like really cut back on a lot of my YouTube content, and I want to slowly start filming more as I feel like more inspired. I just haven't, like, I don't know, I just don't really feel inspired right now to buy a lot of things. I haven't felt that way for a while, and especially going through this whole pandemic, like it just makes you not want to like spend a lot of money. And I think another positive thing, this just came to me, and I thought about this earlier, but I forgot to jot it down. But I think this is a great time to kind of slow down. I know that our lives, you know, are just so busy and filled with so much. I think this is a good time to just like reconnect with yourself and like with your family, and just to kind of get yourself like back in balance, back in check. So use this time to relax, do some self-care, take care of yourself during this time, take care of your mental health, your spiritual health, and physical health like during this time. So yeah, just look at it as a time of renewal, you know? So I hope that all of you guys are doing okay. Just know that you're not alone in this. Like, we're all going through this together. And yeah, just stay safe and stay healthy. Stay home. And let me know down in the comments like some other videos that you guys would like to see. I know one of you guys had suggested on Instagram that I do a video kind of like explaining how I stay motivated and how I wake up early, like to get up to exercise, like how I'm able to do that, like be a morning person. So if you guys would be interested in that video, let me know down in the comments. I know somebody else also suggested that I do like kind of like a follow me vlog, like quarantine style, like what I'm doing right now that can't get out and do things. I feel like I'm one of those people that I can find anything to do. Like I can keep myself busy at home. So yeah, just let me know what you guys would like to see, or if there's some makeup videos that you would like to see me do. And I hope that you guys have a great week, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.